Hi, I'm Lisa Busalaki from Collaborative Classroom, and today we're going to explore the 5th edition SIPPS Extension Program materials. In this unboxing video, I'll walk you through all of the materials included in your SIPPS Extension Kit and share best practices for making the most of these resources in your SIPPS lessons. So the first thing you'll see here is the inventory sheet. This is going to list everything you should have in your box, so I would start by just checking off this list to make sure you have what you need. Now, what you see on this table, these are just the physical materials from the SIPPS kit. We have an abundance of digital materials and resources located on the Collaborative Classroom Learning Portal. The first page of your implementation handbook has a QR code, so you can scan this QR code to help you create your Learning Portal account. Be sure to do that right away. This implementation handbook is a guide for getting started with SIPPS instruction. It includes a detailed program overview, a section on theory and research, your scope and sequence, and resources to support instruction, planning, and assessment. Before you begin teaching SIPPS, be sure to read through the implementation handbook to learn about the distinctive features of the program and best practices for teaching. So let's dive into the rest of your SIPPS extension materials. Next, we'll have the teacher manual. The lessons will come wrapped separately and tucked right into this 3-ring binder. You'll see that you have tabs for all of the entry point lessons and also the appendices. This print material contains 55 lessons with built-in reteaching opportunities to support your students' progress. I really appreciate how these lessons are removable. I can quickly grab my lessons and all of my other materials. I can tuck them in this portfolio for really easy organization and transport of my materials throughout my lessons. But you know, this print material is so much more than just your SIPPS lessons. The appendices are packed with valuable resources for your professional learning. I'm going to show you a few appendices that you'll want to bookmark for easy access. The first one is Appendix A. That's your routines appendix. This is going to provide you with both a written explanation and a visual representation for each instructional routine. The next appendix is Appendix B. That's going to be your fluency practice and individualized daily reading and fluency appendix. So throughout SIPPS extension, students are going to move away from reading the decodable stories in the storybook around lesson 24, and they'll transition to easy-to-read trade books. Appendix B will provide you guidance on recommended titles and how you can assess accuracy and rate during that transition. Okay, so let's get this tucked aside, and we'll continue with the rest of our SIPPS extension materials. So next we have our spelling sound wall cards. A spelling sound is the sound that a letter or group of letters makes. Each time you introduce a new spelling sound, you'll display the corresponding wall card, which shows the spelling and spelling or spellings, and then also a picture to serve as a mnemonic. So if I was teaching long A spelled A consonant E, I would show my cake card and I'd say cake, A, and I would use the same card for all of my different spellings for long A. You'll want to have these cards displayed in your teaching space so you can easily reference them during your instruction. If you don't have a stationary teaching space, don't worry. We have a 1-page printable version which includes all of the wall cards on the Learning Portal that you can use. Okay, so next you'll see 2 boxes of handheld cards. These are the cards that you will use to introduce and review spelling sounds and high-frequency word cards. The back of the cards are going to provide key teacher notes to reference during instruction, such as the mnemonic or an example sentence, notation if the sound is a stop sound or continuous sound, and also articulatory gesture support. So why do you have 2 boxes? Well, we know that you may have more than one group at or around the same lesson. We want to make sure you have enough teaching materials for each group. So let's move into the materials that will be used to support the reading a story and fluency lesson component. In review lessons 1 through 15 and lessons 1 through 23, students read decodable text from the extension level storybook. You'll have 12 copies of the storybook for students to use. In lesson 24, like I mentioned before, students transition to reading from Easy Reader trade books during that fluency individualized daily reading portion of the lesson. So your teacher manual is going to alert you when it's time to prepare for that transition. It will also provide you all of the background information around the difference between fluency practice and individualized daily reading and how you can best support your students. Finally, we have the Intensive Multisensory Instruction for SIPPS Handbook. This provides enhancements to the basic SIPPS routines to offer students extra support if needed. One activity to support spelling sound instruction is Sound, Trace, and Write. So students would use the Trace and Write student book for that support. Okay, that's everything that comes in your SIPPS extension level kit. Now, I know it can feel like a lot when you first open this box. Trust me, I've been right where you are. Managing all of these materials while also maintaining the flow of your lesson can seem a bit tricky at first. But once you get into a rhythm, it'll come together and feel much more manageable. One way to stay organized is by using folders or bins for your lessons and your wall cards and your handheld cards for each group. And over time, you'll find a system that works just right for you. I hope this SIPPS extension unboxing video was helpful. We're here for you every step of the way as you start your SIPPS journey. Once you're on the learning portal, we are just a click away, and we look forward to supporting you.